Hello, everyone. Very good morning. This is Prasanna Kumar Bezavada. Today, I'm going to share my experience and views on the meetup which I have met recently. Firstly, I would like to apologize for not uploading this video right away because I had second midterms and project use for other courses. So I was busy in preparing that stuff. So as you can see on the screen, the HoloLens and deploying Java apps with Azure Kubernetes Service and CosmoDB was a meetup which I have attended recently on Feb 28th. So frankly speaking, before going to this meetup, I have zero knowledge on Azure, HoloLens and Cosmos DB. I have never heard of what is Cosmos DB and what is HoloLens as well. Um, so this is the group name in which I have registered for this event, that is San Francisco Bay Area Azure. And as you can see it on the screen, that is a link to that group, and it has been active since 2013. And the main focus of this group is on Microsoft Azure and the products included with that, like Azure Search to Document DB to virtual machines and kind of stuff. And so this is about the event. Actually, when I've registered for the event, it was actually scheduled at 6 o'clock on February 20th, but due to some difficulties kind of stuff, I don't know what happened. I got an email on Feb 18th saying that the meetup time has been changed from 6 o'clock to 6:30, and it happened in Microsoft Reactor 680 Folsom Street, San Francisco. And this was the first meetup of the group for this calendar year 2018. So before going into the speaker views, whom I met and what are my views, first let us look at the agenda of the meetup and introduction to the technologies in the meetup. So this meetup is about HoloLens and how to deploy Java apps with Azure Kubernetes Service and Cosmos DB. So before going to event, as I said, I have zero knowledge on these technologies. I have researched a brief about these technologies. So as you can see, HoloLens is a virtual reality headset with a transparent lens for augmented reality and experience. According to Microsoft, HoloLens is fully untethered see-through holographic computer, and CosmoDB has been recently launched in May 2017, and it is classified as no SQL database. And the main property of this is to provide a multimodal database service for managing the data at a planet scale. And Azure Kubernetes services, with the help of that, we can develop and deploy applications using orchestrating system. So the main advantages of that orchestrating system is like we can isolate our apps from infrastructure failure with a special feature called as self-healing. So the speaker one is Shahid Chaudhary. He's a senior technical evangelist for Microsoft. So first he started with his a brief introduction of him and currently what he is doing, and then he started with a question like how many of you have an experience with Azure and Cosmos DB, and he also gave a brief introduction to Azure and Cosmos DB and what are its advantages and uses, and he also gave few tips to the beginners on how to start with Azure and Cosmos DB. And later he started with an introduction to HoloLens and like what to expect from HoloLens and what are its features and stuff. And he also demonstrated about Azure cloud services and demonstrated on how to become an independent developer. I talked about independent developer because by nature he's an independent developer. He trains so many in startup companies on Azure cloud services and stuff. And this, moving to the second speaker, here's Simon Bennett. He's a VP of product at Bitnami. He started with an introduction to Java app and demonstrated how to package Java app like within few minutes. And in front of us, he created a small live public app with the help of modern tooling, Cosmos DB, and Azure managed services, including AKS. Then, after creating, he demonstrated how to deploy that app and how to update it and how to scale it and how to duplicate and export the data. And at the end of the presentation, he took options. Took few questions from the audience and also demonstrated what are common mistakes made during the application development. And what really fascinated me about this speaker is uh, he actively engaged with the audience and he described what are the common silly mistakes would be done during the start of application development and how to overcome this. And he also gave valuable suggestions to the beginners like me on how to start with a new technology and how to and where to learn from it. Whom I met apart from the host Robin Shannon and speakers, I have met few people from the industry. And so you can see on the screen, these are the few people who I met. I couldn't remember some other names. I apologize for not keeping those names. So my experience in views before, as I said earlier, before attending this meetup, I had a zero knowledge on Azure and Cosmos DB and HoloLens. So after interacting with the speakers and the fellow meeters from, I gained a valuable knowledge on these three technologies. And since I had reached at 6 o'clock, there was a 30-minute time for me before the start of meetup where I have used efficiently in interacting with other people, sharing my experience and getting to know where they work and like what would be the hiring process in their company, what technologies would be focusing in their companies, like that. And as our first speaker promised, he shared a link on Feb 21st from where I'm learning about HoloLens and Cosmos DB, and you can see that on the screen. And I also like suggestions from industry experts as well. I personally like this meetup because apart from getting a valuable knowledge on various technologies, I also got to know about the information and like what other people are doing and how they prepare for interviews and how to start off with a new technology and stuff. Frankly speaking, I would definitely go for another meetup in this group in future because in this group only the experienced people and the freshers would be coming together and sharing the knowledge whatever they have. And it was a warm gesture from our host sending an email and asking us whether we would be attending the next meetup or not. It was really appreciated, and I had a great time in this meetup. So I would be definitely going for this meetup again in the near future. So that's it. Thanks for listening to my presentation. Have a nice day.